No investment advice provided. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please read the disclaimer in your own time. Guys, how's it going? Swayzers here. It's the 12th of September 2021. It's just gone 3:30 in the afternoon and the UK markets are closed. Right, so there's been a lot of activity in the week. We've been charting out a lot of tickers as usual. And it's great to see the buyers coming back in to many of the stocks, especially in the alternative investment market. So I'm probably going to do two separate podcasts because I'm probably going to cover 10 stocks according to the technical analysis in this podcast, and then I'll probably do another 10. And what I'll do, guys, is I'll put the time code, in the YouTube description links of the box of the YouTube video, should I say. So if you don't want to, if you enjoy listening to my northern dulcet tones, brilliant. And if you want to fast forward to the tickers of interest, just hit the time code stamp, all right. And guys, if you appreciate or you find this video, this podcast useful or interesting, please give us a like or a retweet. It really helps the algorithms, and it helps also to get the message out there regarding these individual tickers and these individual stocks. All right, guys. So let's. What we'll do, we'll jump straight to SNG on the charts. Let's have a quick look. So what we've got in front of us, guys, this is Synergen PLC. It's the daily chart. Each candle is a day of trading. What we're looking at is the zoomed out perspective of how I see price action developing in the bigger macro picture. So what we finally had the break on Friday, just gone, last trading day of last week, and we had a close of 12.42% up. Price closed at 175.6. And for anyone that follows Swayz's charts on Twitter, we've been saying that, look, price has been tested and teasing to try and break out of this downtrend, this ascending channel, right? This descending channel that price has pretty much been stuck in since August of last year. So price came off this all-time high and then sold off and then found support, came back up. But as we can see, the actual macro channel is a descending downtrend channel. Okay, price then found some support in May of this year. Up it came, and then moving in this triangle configuration, testing, if we zoom into the action, testing this key level, which is the downtrend that it's been in for just over a year, for like 13 months. So what we actually got, right, because the market's very subtle sometimes, it'll give very subtle clues. 24th of August, we actually had the first break, which was a really subtle break, but it was a weak break. And then the next day, 25th, price closed over the downtrend, and then it came down because it was like a weak breakout, came down into like a bull flag configuration, and then boom, we've had the break. So where to next? Well, there's a stubborn level of resistance at about, let's have a quick look on the charts, about 176.8. Price needs to get over that. But what is quite exciting, if you look at the downtrend that I've drawn in the macro, the big picture, we've got a lot of market structure up ahead. So is SNG back on the up? Well, it well could be. It well could be, in my interpretation of the charts, looking at the bigger picture. There's a lot of market structure up ahead now. We've got some lovely continuation patterns on the chart. So we've got cup and handle continuation patterns. As we can see, the market makers and the markets create these patterns. A lot of the times, it's an indication of bullish continuation. So it was nice to finally see SNG break. Pretty cool. And let's see whether or not it can test the level of immediate resistance. And let's see how price moves. Because, when price breaks, it doesn't necessarily mean that, when you get a strong breakout with conviction like we've got with SNG, it doesn't necessarily mean that price is going to go boom, parabolic to the moon the next day or the next trading week. It doesn't mean that. But what it means is it's changing its market state. All right, so we've had a macro downtrend. So now we'll see whether or not price wants to consolidate, wants to try to start forming some sort of new up channel. Just depends what market state it's going to go into, but it's definitely a positive sign seeing that close and seeing price break out to levels which price has been stuck in for like 13 months. Okay, so cool. We'll keep an eye on SNG. Let's jump to what I'll do is I'll use the alert logs. And we'll jump to Hurricane because that's another successful call that Swayze's Charts made. We made on Twitter with Hurricane. So Hurricane Energy closed a whopping 24.4% last week, last trading day, last week on Friday. So that's a really strong close. 24.4%. This is the way I see price action moving with Hurricane, right? Again, we've got the daily chart in front of us. Every candle's a day of trading. So we have this breakout, and I was tracking it, hence the tweets. And I thought, right, okay, we've got a touch dominant trend line. I cloned it, stuck it to the swing high. We had a potential head and shoulders forming. But price didn't want to go that way, and it went bullish, developing some really nice strong candles along this lower area of support. And then we've had a really nice close on Friday, as I've said. Price is now looking to get on top. We've got, the only EMA really that price is not on top of is the 200. Price is on top now, the 21, the 50, the 100. And if price can get on top of the 200, that would be totally awesome, in my opinion. We've got market structure up ahead in the short term. If the bulls and the buyers are now in control of Hurricane, I don't know, like the top of this uptrend channel, it's like maybe heading towards 5p again. Price may want to test 5p. We've got some stubborn levels of resistance emanating from these swing highs back November last year, and we can see that price tried to get past this level November last year, couldn't do it, sold off, short squeeze, consolidation, now formation of a new channel. Then price has broken out of this more immediate local downtrend that we had, and now we've got a market maker's buyer's candle here. So yeah, price may be looking to test 5p in the short to medium term, looking at the charts. But this is just my opinion, of course, off technical analysis. Don't take anything I say as financial advice, obviously. Right, let's have a look at Powerhouse Energy next, guys. Okay, I'm loving hydrogen stock. I'm loving the vision of hydrogen. Excuse the messy chart with Powerhouse Energy. I've just been doing some extra work on it myself recently. So Powerhouse Energy, this is the way I see the macro chart with Powerhouse. There's some significant things that have occurred with Powerhouse. Price has broken above previous supports, previous resistance recently, should I say. Price has closed over that, and price now appears to be using previous resistance as new support. Price closed at 5.4%, so it's 4.85% up on Friday. We've got a lot of market structure up ahead. We also had a triangle break with conviction. Price finally broke out of this descending triangle that it was stuck in since, December, January. So we're seeing a lot of this in the alternative investment market recently, where price and a lot of the tickers are testing stubborn levels of resistance, these stubborn downtrends, and there's a lot of reversals occurring in the markets at the moment, which is really good to see because, let's face it, guys, we've had enough of all these sell-offs, and we want to see some volatility come back in, and we want to see the buying coming back in as well. But PHE to me is looking very interesting. There's a lot of unutilized market structure up ahead. I see the top of the macro bullish uptrend channel at least 12 pence moving into the not too distant future. And price appears to be like creating, if we like zoom into the 4-hour chart with PHE, we can see the way that markets move. Price now seems to be using this previous resistance as new support, and if we zoom in, price appears to be forming a bull flag, and a lot of the times the markets will use these structures to propel price even higher. Next major test of resistance, really, there's some key levels with Powerhouse. Price needs to close over 6.81, and then really once price has got over 6.81, it's the next major level of resistance I see up ahead really is like 8.61. So like 8p to 8.61. So I'm loving the way it's looking. We've now got all the EMAs underneath price action on the daily and the 4-hour chart. The 21, the 50, the 100 and the daily and the 200 should I say are all underneath price action. And we've had a really nice close convergence of the EMAs recently as well, which is a bullish indication. And there's various cup and handle formations that have formed on the daily chart as well. So yeah, you know, we called the bounce, Waze's charts called the bounce when it was just sub 3 pence. And then we called that bounce pretty much, I think it was like early August. We called that bounce, price came up, formed a bull flag, boom, broke out of this stubborn area of resistance. And now there's seems to be a new bull flag forming, like I said, on top of previous resistance. And there's a lot of interesting developments occurring with Powerhouse Energy at the moment, and it seems to be reflecting like a lot of the times it does in the chart. So pretty exciting times, to be fair, for Powerhouse Energy. We definitely wish them all the best. Right, let's jump to PREM. That's another successful call for Swayze's charts. We've called out PREM various times before, but I'm talking about recently. This third triangle break, we calculated, and then we had the move up. We're currently trading with, let's have a quick look. We're currently trading with PREM at 0.218. Price, we had a lovely triangle break on the 9th of September. Price came up. This is the way I see. I think it's bullishly moving this ascending channel, which is a bullish uptrend on the daily chart, as we can see. We've got various triangle breaks. It's the kind of way that PREM has been moving recently. And I think looking at the charts, I think it's bullish. And I think the next stop, PREM might want to start testing 0.289, 0.291, those sorts of levels moving forward. Nice EMA convergence again, nice triangle break. And if we look at the bigger picture with Premier African Minerals, I think with the macro trend is bullish. I think this is the larger macro trend. And moving forward into the future, the top of the bullish macro trend with PREM is like 0.489. So if price decides that it wants to break out of this smaller ascending channel, there's a wealth of market structure up ahead with PREM. And I just love the way it's moving and the way it's looking at the minute. So let's keep an eye on PREM and see how it opens tomorrow. And let's see how it moves in the coming days and weeks. What else should we have a quick look at? Let's jump to... Let's have a quick look, guys. Let's have a look. Let's look for ADV. Right, here we go. So we've got, is it Advanced Energy PLC? That was another successful call that we made using our system of technical analysis. So we've got Advanced Energy PLC. This is the way I see price action. Again, on the daily charts, we've got a macro bullish uptrend. Within the macro bullish uptrend, we've got a smaller ascending channel. Now, price has recently broken out. It came into resistance at the top of this more immediate channel mid-August last month. Price has sold off, but now we've had, on Friday, we had a really bullish breakout, which was 10th of September, last trading day last week. Friday, Price closed like 6.35% up. It's now trading in 3.35. So is that the market makers telling us that price may want to test up to 3.92 or 4 pence moving forward? Possibly, because we had a descending smaller channel and the buyers were not interested in staying in that. It's broke out with conviction. Nice. The EMAs are slightly spread. They could do to be a little bit closer together, but definitely an indication of bullish activity by breaking out to the up. And then in the larger picture, the top of the macro uptrend is like 4.5 pence moving forward into the medium term. Let's see what happens. All right. So it was a nice break with ADV. Let's have a look at ODX, guys, because I've noticed something interesting. We've been tracking ODX for pretty much since day one with Swayze's charts on Twitter. I'm just going to try and find, let's have a quick look. Here we go. Honestly, I've got that much charted. It's crazy, guys. But you know what? We're passionate about the charts, the markets, technical analysis. We teach it in Swayze's charts Discord, our system of TA. And, you know, we get great results at the end of the day. And that's why we've been able to grow so fast within a relatively short period of time. Right, so we've got a Amiga Diagnostics group, right? Again, the macro picture that we're looking at, guys. Daily chart, every candle, day of trading. We can see we had this inverted head and shoulders drop that formed. Okay, late, well, in October 2020, we had the left shoulder, the head formed December 2020, and then the right shoulder formed Feb of this year, and then we've had this horrendous sell-off with ODX. I still see the macro bigger picture bullish, right? Okay, I've drawn this macro trend line along the bottom. It's touched dominant, cloned it, stuck it to the swing high, and it creates this larger ascending channel. Now, zooming into more local action, I drew this smaller descending channel, as you can see, and that's where price has pretty much for most part of the year has been stuck in. But recently, we had on the 23rd of August, we had a really lovely market makers candle form, this solid buying candle, okay, and that was an indication that price had found support in the bigger picture, in the macro picture. Then price has come up. Yes, price has been testing, as we can see, this stubborn level of resistance. But if we look at the daily chart, just zoom into action with ODX, price closed on Friday at 52p, okay, which was 0.97% up. Okay, but if we see the way that price is moving, we've got like a bull flag that's forming. Now, many times, the markets will create these structures, these bull flags, to test key levels of resistance. And that's what I think is occurring with ODX, in my opinion. And I think at some point soon, I think ODX is going to want to test and break out to the up. And if ODX does do that, look at the market structure that we've got up ahead on this macro daily chart. There is so much market structure for price and for the buys to come back in and to break out to the up with ODX. And I think looking at this bull flag, analysing the charting, I think that's what may be occurring. All right, yes, there are some levels up ahead of resistance, but we've also got prices at some really key levels of support, like these swing lows. Like this swing low from the 1st of December acted as the support, in my opinion, for this really strong buying candle that I was referring to earlier on, with this really strong buying candle that occurred on the 23rd of August. And I think that was the market makers saying, hey, okay, we found the bottom, we're finding support, this is a market maker's support candle. And then off the back of this candle, we've had the structure of this bull flag forming. So interesting, you know, there's also various cup and handle continuation patterns. Even in downtrends, the markets will create cup and handle continuation patterns, which is, it's like kind of counterintuitive, but it's weird, isn't it? Even when price is going down, it's telling us in the future that it's going to go back up. Okay, we see these all the time across the markets. All right, so that's my idea on ODX. Let's have a quick look at one more. Let's look at RMM. RMM. Here we go. I'll just jump to the RMM chart, and then what I'll do, guys, is I'll probably publish this first podcast, and then I'll do another one with another 10. Okay, because I want to, I can talk a glass eye to sleep at the end of the day, and I want to keep them relatively short. All right. So RMM, we've been tracking RMN for quite a while. I'm getting a bit of lag on the old charts, which is great. We've been tracking R&M for quite a while. The macro, bigger picture with Rambler Metals and Mining PLC is that it's been in a downtrend. It was in a downtrend. It was in a downtrend, should I say, for quite a while. This macro downtrend that we had, that was going on since May 2019. Would you believe it? And it's a 2.5-year downtrend. We've been tracking it. Price had a goal last time of testing this level, didn't like it, and then we had this short squeeze. Boom, it came down. Price is currently trading at 20.25. It was a break-even day last Friday, last trading day of the week last week. But previously to that, we've had a breakout. 3rd of September, if we zoom into the action, according to my TA, we've actually had a breakout with RMM. So that's significant, right? But it looks like it's waiting for something now, because since we've had the breakout, which was on the 2nd of September, it's consolidating. But many times we will see clues in the charts as to what may come in the future. All right, technical analysis is a fascinating thing where you're looking at 3 time zones, really. You're looking at the past, the present, and the potentiality of the future. Right, so in my opinion, RMN has broken out for a reason. It was a significant, stubborn 2.5-year downtrend. So we've now got a break, but we've got a consolidation. We've got like price is just consolidating, moving sideways as we call it. But I've got it tagged, I've got it alerted, and I'm gonna try. I've got some ideas on what could be occurring, but I need a little bit more data. Okay, so I'm looking forward to the open with RMN to see what is going to occur in the coming days and weeks ahead. Okay, but significant that 2.5-year downtrend has now been closed over. All right, guys, so what I want to do is say thank you very much. If you enjoyed any of this content, please like, retweet, share. If you're not following us on Twitter, please consider following us. We've posted over nearly 11,500 charts in just over a year. We've got a high success rate in calling out the moves of the markets. We don't always get it right, but we get it right more than we get it wrong, that's for sure. And yeah, I'm going to get off now, guys. I'll get this uploaded because I'm conscious of the time. And I'm going to get stuck into the second one. Time codes will be in the description box. And I hope you guys have had a great weekend. Thanks very much.